What's up, guys? It's your boy Fig here, and welcome back to the Normieverse. If you're new here, this is where we talk about books, stories, creativity, and worlds that are actually worth getting lost in. So, if that sounds like your thing, hit that subscribe button and join the crew, and let's get into it. And to everyone who's already subscribed, seriously, I appreciate you. We're building something awesome here together. So today, I want to talk about the Ever Hero Saga by Jeff Pantanella, because honestly, this has become one of my favorite fantasy series going right now. And I originally planned to wait until the saga was completely finished before doing a full review, but Jeff is currently working on the final trilogy, and I genuinely wanted to help spread the word now while the Kickstarter is happening. And to be clear, this is not sponsored. I'm not getting paid. I don't get kickbacks or anything like that. I'm just genuinely a fan of this series. So I originally started reading the physical books, but eventually I switched over to the Special SFX Edition audiobooks. And now I'm glad I did. This was actually my first experience with SFX audiobooks, and it completely changed what I thought audiobooks could be. Honestly, listening to these brought back childhood memories of listening to Adventures in Odyssey, not because they're the same kind of story, obviously, but because that feeling of immersion. The music, the atmosphere, the sound effects, it feels like stepping into another world instead of just hearing someone read a book. Alright, let's talk about what makes this series so special. At its core, the Ever Hero Saga is this massive interconnected dark fantasy universe filled with mystical martial arts, gods, monsters, political intrigue, trauma, destiny, war, suffering, and survival. All the good fantasy stuff. But what really impressed me is Jeff Pantanella's mastery of voice. And I don't mean narration, I mean his writing voice. Each book genuinely sounds like it's being told from the perspective of the featured character. The vocabulary changes, the tone changes, the rhythm changes. Some authors make every character sound like the same person wearing different armor. Jeff doesn't. Each perspective feels distinct and personal, and that makes the world feel alive. And then we get into the audiobook side of things, which honestly elevates the series even more. Ulf Bjorklund is absolutely perfect for the darker, heavier side of the saga. His voice has this weight and grit to it that makes the world feel ancient and dangerous. When things get intense, war, suffering, ancient power, you feel it in the performance. He doesn't just narrate the story, he grounds it. And then Katie Hagaman comes in and absolutely nails the emotional, mystical side of the world. Her voice brings elegance, vulnerability, danger, emotion, all without ever feeling forced or melodramatic. And the contrast between Ulf and Katie actually makes the universe feel bigger. Different perspectives don't just read differently, they sound different too. That adds so much immersion. And I really need to talk about David S. Bart's music and sound design, because this is a huge part of why these audiobooks work so well. The music and sound effects never feel cheesy or distracting. They enhance the story instead of overpowering it. The ambient sounds, the battle effects, the tension building music, all of it unfolds naturally with the story. There were honestly moments where I forgot I was listening to an audiobook and not some kind of fantasy audio drama. And as the saga grows larger, and more emotional, the sound design evolves with it. Quiet moments breathe, action scenes hit harder, the horror elements feel darker, the emotional moments land better. It's cinematic but controlled. Why I love it. This became one of the series I looked forward to listening to whenever I worked out, drove, did chores, worked on art or creative projects. The immersion level is just that good. Now, what may not work for everybody, first, the scope. This is a big, interconnected fantasy universe. If you want something super simple and straightforward, this may feel overwhelming at times. Second, the tone. This is dark fantasy. There's suffering, trauma, brutality, loss, emotionally heavy material. Personally, I love that stuff, but it's worth mentioning. So, overall, 9.5 out of 10. Honestly, for me, hard not to give it a 10 out of 10, but I try to avoid my own biases in scoring my book reviews. So here's the breakdown. World building, 10 out of 10. Characters, 9.5 out of 10. Writing style, 9.5 out of 10. Narration, 10 out of 10. Music and SFX, 10 out of 10. And entertainment value, 9.5 out of 10. All right, so for my final take, if you enjoy dark fantasy, immersive worlds, cinematic audiobook experiences, stories where the characters genuinely feel distinct and alive, the Ever Hero Saga is absolutely worth your attention. This series deserves way more eyes on it. If you've read or listened to the Ever Hero Saga, let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you've got other fantasy audiobook recommendations that hit this level of immersion, drop those too, because now I'm hooked on SFX audiobooks. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, and it really helps the channel grow. And if you're not subscribed yet, join the crew. We're building something awesome here. Check out the book review playlist right here for more videos like this. And as always, welcome to the Normieverse. Stories without borders, adventures without limits. All right, see you on the next adventure. Catch you on the flip side.